Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GMologist Presents. Today we are back. It's been a little bit of time. Well, I don't know. I know from playing it has. From releases, I don't know. We have to figure that out. But today we are continuing our ongoing campaign of the One Ring. We're using Free League second edition of the One Ring game, and we are playing in the Ruins of the Lost Realm, which is a great kind of sandbox type tome. It has a neat maps, and cartography is always great for Middle Earth stuff. And we may delve into, well, we have had hints of maybe using this book, which you can't really see because it's all bright, but it is called Tales from the Lost Lands. There it is. And maybe, if the players are ambitious, to Westgate, the Door of Durin, suggesting that Moria might be in play. So I will introduce the players, and they will introduce their player heroes, and then someone will tell me what happened last time. So first we got Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I play two player characters, Bruni and Orodreth. Bruni is a dwarf of the Blue Mountains, and he is by trade a scholar, and also has, a number of other. He's sort of our travel guide and lore master, and has his fine smithing hammer if he needs to do any smithing and all that sort of stuff. So, he's our Bruni the dwarf, and Orodreth the elf, who is an elf of Rivendell, who is a champion by calling. And so he's got his elven mail and his magic longsword and his bracelet that gives him a bonus to awareness that's pretty cool. And that's his sort of thing.
Nice. And next we have Streamroller.
Hello, I'm Streamroller, and I play Myrtle Brandybuck, and she is a hobbit. She likes to say from the Shire, even though she's really kind of from the Brandywine area, but she is excited to be out adventuring. She has new boots, and she's learning to be, in her mind, a great swordsman, even though they're just the size of daggers. And she has some slippery fingers that she likes to say that she only steals for good. And then I play Gwenin, and Gwenin is a ranger, and she is of the Dunedain. And she very much is about structure and justice, but at the same time, she really wants to make sure that she leads the party correctly and learns a little bit more history of her own family, because she was kind of left as a young child in Rivendell to be educated, where I believe she originally met Orodreth. And Myrtle looks up to Bruni, that's her best friend on the troop here, and she feels like, he's a tall man, but she feels like Orodreth is really a giant, and that's just because her size is kind of short.
All right. I just realized, I guess Gwenin is human, but no normal humans. Anyway, so I will show you the map of Rhyador here. And
Harabrand is a human, and he's an NPC that's been hanging out with us. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys have quite a bit, almost a war band here. I guess we should get to that. But you guys are here in Tharvad. Sorry, I didn't mean to shift you. But you see Bruni, Gwenin, Myrtle, and Orodreth. And then Harabrand is a rider of the Rohirrim, kind of in the background, takes care of the horses right now. They have Sornan, who's also like a groomsman in a way, one of their first recruits. He once was a bandit working for some ne'er-do-wells, and now he is loyal to the troop. And then Brenthil, whom the characters first met, I guess here in old, what's this place called? Taranto or something like that. Near the ford here. and saved him, rescued him. He's hurt. He's had some issues with Shadow. He's a bit distracted, and now they have a new companion, Alice, who we don't quite know what she is yet, but she's definitely from where's she from?
She
Part south.
Yeah, she told us that she was from Dol Amroth, but it turns out she's actually from Umbar.
Yeah. And we're about to meet back up with Maloric, because he's the ranger. If everybody wants to go back to a couple of videos ago, he's one of the rangers that we rescued from the Tree of Death.
Yeah. Okay, and we are in Tharbad.
And he's now hanging out with Gwyleth, who is also, she's right here. She's also a ranger of the Dunedain.
Yeah, I will probably bring Maloric over. That's a good idea.
There he is. Okay.
A wolf then. Oh.
So since Bruni's our scholar, does Bruni want to tell everybody what happened last time?
Yeah. So we had figured out that Alice and Johann Fleet were doing bad stuff, and we had a confrontation with them at sort of the end of time before last. Yeah. So last time we
Johann Fleet.
Yeah. We talked to them and figured out what was going on and made some arrangements for them back in Londair. So we set Johann Fleet back up, and he's paying off his debt to society. But Alice decided that we were worried about her staying because she's sort of a spy master. I guess not a spy master, but like a handler. So we didn't want her to stay embedded in the local population in Londair. So what we agreed was that we would take her with us, and keep her out of trouble and make sure that she has a chance to also pay back her debt to society. And then we decided that what we would do is we would march from Londair up kind of northeast to Tharbad along the Grey Flood, the river.
Yeah.
And that would take us back to Tharbad because we wanted to meet up with some of the people here. We've got Gwyleth and Maloric. Gwyleth is the ranger of the Dunedain that was here hanging out, and Maloric is one of the, as was mentioned, one of the rangers that we rescued from Aaron Vorn. And then also there's Captain Gurno and Lady Stock are in charge, and their son is named Thurno, and he wants to put together an expedition to Moria. And so the idea was, well, we could come back to Tharbad. Yeah, look at that. Man, dude is dripped out. Sick helmet.
Yeah.
So we would come back to Tharbad, and then we would either rest or go ahead and go on an expedition with him to Moria. And that would give us a chance to keep our eyes on Alice and kind of get a lay of the land up here, because we dealt with a lot of the issues, not all the issues, but a lot of the issues in Londair. So we felt like they could kind of handle themselves for a while. But we wanted to come back. We've got a number of things going on around Tharbad that we wanted to get some work done on, including all the stuff in like the Swan Fleet up a little bit north, further up the Grey Flood. But I think our idea specifically was we could go into Moria, we could do some adventuring there, figure out if there's some treasures of the Free Peoples that we could bring back to civilization, and then we could stay kind of in the area. And Tharbad is not directly next to, but pretty close to Rivendell. So we were like, oh well, we could go. And it's right now it's the summer adventuring, so we have one more fellowship phase, I think, and then the next fellowship phase will be the Yule one, if I remember correctly.
Have you done this? Wait, are you in the fall then?
No, I think we're midsummer. We'll have one kind of late summer, early fall, and then a fall adventure, and then a Yule.
Okay, yeah. So
that's what I was thinking. I don't remember precisely, but I think that was part of the idea, was that we could head to Rivendell and have that as our Yuletide base. Since that would be a fun place to stay and hang out and get some more information. And we've got a bunch of different kind of quest ideas going on. And we figured we could take care of some of that stuff here so that the situation will not deteriorate in Tharbad while we go off to all the other places, apparently, that we need to go.
Yeah.
Oh, and we met Gandalf on the road. That was another part of what happened last session. While we were marching up from Londair to Tharbad, we met Gandalf, and he had some information for us. And we went into the library here and got some other information about the things that Gandalf told us about and other stuff. So we've got lots of stuff.
Lots of things going on, yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so I guess we had found some interesting things in the library. I believe that Arlen kind of put down some things here. That Moria, the legendary house of Durin Firstborn, rumors of goblins were capturing travelers in the mountains and dragging them to work in the mines. You also heard that Elrond's wife, Celebrimbor, was tormented in Moria and never really recovered. And I think she died. Now she's already gone over to the west. And also rumors that orcs have poisoned the water in Moria. And then you kind of did some more digging and found about the gardens of Moria. Here that's listed. It's a natural cavern, the gardens of Thrim Thistlebeard, and it's one of the wonders of Moria, light shafts and crystal lamps and mirrors and grand underground park. And in Thorn's tomb is a necklace with a sapphire eye that allowed him to dream, mostly on the second deeps, so 2 levels below the gates. I guess also you learned that some of the shafts open to the sky.
Yeah, that was our idea for an entry point into Moria.
And I guess, did you know where the entrance might be, or do you remember?
I think we had just a little bit of information about it, and kind of the hills and the foothills and the slopes of the mountains around there, but not anything specific, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't remember there being anything specific about it.
Okay, give me a lore check.
Give you a what?
A lore check for Bruni, and Bruni would get a bonus dice. Anyone else who has lore can roll. They will get a bonus dice.
Give them a bonus dice? I have to...
Bruni got it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Myrtle does not have lore, but I thought Gwennon put some into it. Gwennon actually is favored in lore, so give her an extra bonus die.
Yeah.
Okay. Extraordinary 2 success.
Nice.
All right, so you guys kind of do some more research and find out that apparently that the clefts and the passages that let the light in, the shafts, as it were, for the this caves of Thrim Thistlebeard are in the Darrow Delph.
The Darrow, the what?
The Darrow Delph, which is even older than Moria.
Okay.
So it's like I guess when Moria was first scouted out, the Darrow Delph was like the first, but probably now not used in favor of the Eastgate early settlement, of the dwarves in the region. I mean, from before drowned Numenor times.
Okay.
There's also how long ago was how long ago, like with the extraordinary success, I might give you some more stuff there, Gwen. How long ago was the Battle of Five Armies? Like 60 years ago? We're in 2966.
Let me just look it up instead of trying to guess.
I'm sure someone who's watching is like, I know the date.
Put it down in the comments below after you like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Battle of Five Armies was fought in 2941.
Right. Oh, so Gwennon, you do find a little report on the Battle of the Five Armies. Probably told secondhand to the Rangers from, and maybe I guess maybe it's just sort of been sort of a cryptic Ranger cipher, so like, oh, this is odd.
Mm-hmm.
So you do learn some intel there that some scouts, including aerial scouts, were left after the Battle of Five Armies to watch the orcs and goblins and make sure that they did not regrow. So that suggests to Gwennon, and maybe she'll show it to Bruni since you guys are looking this up.
So to watch the orcs and what?
To watch the orcs and goblins and make sure they didn't repopulate the areas all along the Misty Mountains.
Okay.
So that suggests that there are probably eagles in the area that might be scouting.
Oh, Gwennon does like the eagles.
Maybe that's what caught her attention.
Yeah. She'll definitely relay that to Ordreth and Bruni. And Myrtle. Except Myrtle's probably flipping through different things in the library looking to see if she can find out more about her own family. So I think she's just not paying attention to what everyone else is doing.
Yep.
Although she heard eagles, and the only thing she would say is, wow, Gandalf likes eagles. He flies on eagles.
Yeah, so it's such as the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, maybe Gwennon has heard that tale that Gandalf has a relation with the eagles and once saved the Lord of the Eagles. All right. So probably by this time they summon you to court.
Did we find out more specific information about the exterior of the clefts?
That they're just in the Darrow Delph.
Well, isn't that the inside?
No, it's along. The way I understand it, is that they're on the east. That's on the Darrow Delph is on the eastern slope, going down towards the East Gate. So there's like various valleys and all that.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So probably in the shadow of Karadhas, along that slope, from what is the peak that Moria is under exactly? Uh, the something tine, Silvertine.
Uh,
On the
yeah.
Silvertine.
Redhorn Pass and all that.
Yeah. So that sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to go through Redhorn Pass.
Is Redhorn Pass the one that leads to Moria?
It leads across the mountains.
But we can go down and we can go into Bruni's families in the mountains.
No, that's the other direction.
Okay. Sorry,
Different set of
Bruni.
mountains. But
Next
that's
one there.
okay. But we can go over the pass and then be on the right slopes to get in if we don't think we can make it through the door. Which door can be hard to find, Bruni will say, it shames me to admit it, but they say that sometimes the great craftsmen of the dwarves could create dwarves so convincingly hidden that they could not even find them themselves afterwards.
Well, Myrtle would go over to Bruni and say, but I believe you can do it, Bruni, because you're like a master. And I've never met a dwarf more educated and better than you. And don't they say that to open the door, you have to have a good heart?
I don't, the dwarves of old were more concerned with all sorts of other things.
Well, we have plenty of money you can give it. Don't dwarfs like gold? We have some.
It's an offensive stereotype.
All right, we can give him some gems. I don't know if we have many gems, but you can have my little heart if that'll help you find the door. She's referring to that heart locket that she found in the tree that she probably shouldn't be playing with, so.
Yeah, the only known entrances right now is like the East Gate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Because the Fellowship doesn't know how to actually get in on the west side when they get there. So we'll have to go over and then either try the gate, which the East Gate presumably is accessible.
Right, but it's overrun by orcs.
But it's got lots of ores. So that's why I was thinking about if we could get in through the light shafts, that could potentially be a way to.
Those should, in theory, are on the slopes of the mountain.
Yeah,
right? You've at least narrowed the region down.
All right. Well, that's cool. That'll give us an edge getting in.
Well, Myrtle will remind Bruni that she's mighty small, so she can get in the windows and let everyone else in.
It's perhaps a different sort of window than what you're expecting.
Oh.
Bring lots of rope.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guards are fidgeting at this time. How long do you make them wait?
I think we just go with them, right?
Yeah.
We're not trying to mess with anybody.
All right. Good stuff. All right.
So we're heading off to the castle area now?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here where Lady Stock is parked here.
Yep. This is Thar now here. I named him. Okay. So you guys kind of make your way over there.
I believe so. I mean, I moved me there. And I'm assuming Mallory will keep an eye on Alice for us while we're not there.
Well, you meet. I guess you want to go like to the area where the mercenaries hang out first. Then that's where Willith and Malric are, as opposed to in the actual keep.
Right.
I think
it's on the way. I
Or
thought.
were they in the? Go ahead. Am I
No,
right?
I don't.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know that we need to meet with the Rangers first thing, right? We can meet with them after and arrange for whatever.
I'm assuming we told Willith and Mallory to come get Alice from us while we were at the library. It's what I was thinking. Because the library's like right there, almost next to them in a way.
Now the library is way over here.
Well, still, I think we would have asked him to come get her because I don't want Alice involved in any of our goings on, and I don't want her knowing that we were summoned by Lady Cat and Goro.
Well, she'll know because that kind of happened right away, very quickly.
I think we wanted to keep an eye on Alice, but I don't think we had decided precisely what we wanted to do with her kind of long term. We'd wanted to keep her kind of out of trouble so that she couldn't talk to the people from the Black Ship. But I don't think we had decided what we wanted to do in terms of if we wanted to keep her here with Gwyleth or take her further with us or what.
Well, I just want Gwyleth to watch her. Gwennon doesn't trust her to be with us when we meet Lady Stock and Cat and Gurnow. She just doesn't want her knowing our business. She doesn't trust her very much, so. And Myrtle's a little indifferent to it. She just thinks everybody should have chances, but she goes with what she's told. But I don't think that the knowledge we'll get from Lady Stock and Cat and Gurnow is something that Gwennon would want Alice to have. Because she doesn't know what she's involved in. She kind of feels like there's a bad aura around her.
Well, you can give me. That's going to delay you to getting there because you're making like a side venture.
Well, if we're at the library here and we're going over here, all we're doing is asking them here to take her right across from it. I don't think that's out of the ordinary, but Gwyneth is willing to deposit her there and then go meet Lady Stock and Captain Gurnow, and y'all can go first and meet up with her, and she'll be there afterwards. Just, she doesn't want her there. That's just where Gwennon's at.
Oops.
Ooh, she got quite big.
Alice became a giant. Well, still would like someone to make a courtesy roll.
Might be.
I know Myrtle has good courtesy. I don't know.
Yeah, I was checking to see what.
I don't know. Brittany's left behind now.
Oh, Myrtle failed, but she'll use some of her heart. Her hope. Yeah. So that she can roll another d6. Hopefully she makes it this time. If not, Gwennon will have to roll it. Nope, she does. She makes it.
That's what is it? That's what's the term?
Great success.
Great success. Okay. Well, they bluster and they complain that you should have come through to us here first instead of to wherever you're doing blah blah blah. But Myrtle is able to appease them.
The hour was late when we arrived. I did not wish to wake Lady Stock or Captain Gurnow, nor you. And we will explain it to them. I'm sure they will understand.
I guess Brenthil and the Sornin and the horses are back at the library, I'm assuming.
Well, I thought we had a place we could stay here. We set that up originally.
I don't know. Do you want to have everything brought over? It's up to you. Or separated. There's plenty of spaces around the library. It's all, you know, right, most of the city's abandoned, right? So
I thought we just stayed in the tavern.
yeah, there's like a tavern.
Yeah. So the tavern I thought was close to where
the bridge in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this right here. Area 2. Okay. Oops. I don't know, just in case there's an orc invasion, I wonder where one is. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I guess Captain Gurna asks, so what brings you back to Starbad, heroes?
Well, Gwyneth wants to genuflect and say our excitement of seeing friends again, as well as I believe there was a request that we wanted to make of your son. But I will not speak of that. I will allow Bruni to speak.
We've remembered the information the expedition put forward to go to Moria. We have come to join in the quest.
Well, Darnell is very excited. He goes, yes, I was going to go with Wolthon had also offered to join in the quest or to help me there, but we were going to go to, he says, I guess very excited, and then seems to take over the conversation a bit. He says that let's see here.
Well, Tharnell is getting ready to have a long discussion with us. I think Myrtle would take out her pipe and start lighting up some of the pipe weed and pass it around.
Yeah,
she's doing her best.
We were going to go to the west gate and look around. We don't really know of any entrances except, as everyone knows, having to cross the Redhorn Pass, which is still, which Wolfgang and his people tell me is still doable at this time. Soon it will become impassable as the autumn, as the leaves turn and autumn begins. But now it might still be okay. There was always snow on the high slopes, but we might be able to do it. We were thinking, though, you were thinking now, this season, you are ready?
Hi, we're ready to go. We even have some information about where we might head to find an entrance into Moria that is perhaps unguarded.
Oh, well, a dwarf would know, after all. Well, we should talk to Wolthan and his people and see if they are ready. If not, well, I have some men that would be ready on call, and if those losers are too soft, then we will go, adventurers. Because I am ready. I am ready to find the treasures of Moria.
Yes.
Myrtle wants to ask Tharmo, why What treasures do you think they have that you want so badly? Maybe you should ask Bruni what they are, and he can tell you if they even exist.
Well, dwarf friend. Would you say dwarf friend? Well, you were saying, well, my friend dwarf. I wouldn't say dwarf friend because it's different. As well, my friend dwarf, tell this Shire person, he almost said halfling, tell this Shire person the great treasures of Moria. Tell the court, in fact, and why this is important. So you can do, what is it? Was it orate? Or an orate?
Are you thinking there's
No, it's not orate, but there is a way to tell tales. Oh, song.
Yeah, song would be a
Song
good,
would be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a good singer? Does he need some backing vocals?
Well, he's not a terrible singer.
Do you
Let me.
you want Myrtle to help?
Sure, do that. And he also.
Now, by helping, she just gives a hope point. Is that the deal, or can
Yes,
she,
yes,
or
yes.
can she roll?
No, she just gives a point.
Yeah, she just gives a hope point, and it works like I spent a hope, basically.
Yeah.
She's a little low on hope right now, but I'm sure we have a fellowship point you can take for that. Or
you could also wait because I've got some other bonuses coming, I think.
Okay, or Gwennon is full on her hope, so why don't Gwennon is going to give you one of hers if you need it. So she'll hold off, and if you need it, she'll give you her hope.
She'll give you some alto melody.
Yeah. So Bruni has Rhymes of Lore as a distinctive feature.
Yeah,
and he has a fine dwarven harp as one of his
you get
pieces of gear.
Dice. Yeah, 2 bonus dice.
So Bruni he kind of shrugs off his pack and he reaches in and he pulls out his harp and he starts to tune it to make sure. And then he begins to sing the tale of Durin Firstborn, father of all dwarves. And here's song roll with 2 bonus dice.
Oh! Amazing.
Tells of the great wealth of Moria, all of the many things, some mundane, gold and silver and gems found in almost all mines, but some things even greater, true silver, or as they call it, mithril, the finest of all metals found only in this first mansion of the dwarves.
So it's a very inspiring. Captain Gurna says, anything you need. And Lady Stock says, perhaps you should talk to Lady Karn before you go. She might know things as well. But the rest of the court, the non-named faces in court, maybe even a few of these hardened bandits might weep at the tale of wealth, but the loss of the wealth. And I'm sure you bring up Durin's Bane and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In the long tail. So Tharno is very excited.
Yeah. So Bruni will say, perhaps we should retire to, meet and establish what resources we might each bring to more complicated negotiations than need to happen out here.
Oh yeah, he's willing to do that.
All right. What I want to persuade him to do is to not tell Wolthen anything about where we're going and just blow him off, basically.
Okay, that sounds good.
Bruni will say, that merchant,
I'd say everyone gets a hope from that amazing success.
Nice.
Everyone gets a hope back. Sometimes that can happen.
So Bruni is going to say, once we're not out in front of the court and everything, Bruni will say, that merchant, how those types can't really be counted on to pull his weight on an adventuring expedition like this, and he's only really interested in his own profits. Don't even bother with him. He's not worth your time trying to get actually into Moria. He'd probably settle for marching up over the slopes and deciding that made some of his trade goods a little more valuable.
Yep. Yeah, I'll give you a bonus dice because Tharno is inspired by your tale as well.
All right. Success on the
Nice.
persuade.
Because yes, perhaps we should cut them out, partner. He extends his hand.
And Bruni will shake his hand and say, "Good, that's good."
So when do we leave?
Well, we'll need provisions. What sort of?
Well, my father said we could take what we needed.
Yeah, but
what time of day is it right now?
It's probably like midday. I mean,
okay.
We should. I think Bruni will suggest let's spend the rest of the day getting prepared, and that can, because obviously he'll sort of tell Tharno, I know that your father said you can take whatever, but some of the provisions will take a little longer to pack, and we'll need ponies to carry some of the heavier gear if we can find them. All sorts of things that take a little bit longer to prepare than just grabbing a sandwich out the door. So he'll suggest that we can spend the rest of the day preparing, and Bruni and I guess Orodreth can help with that too, and that way Gwynnon and Myrtle can deal with the stuff with Alice, and I guess they can go see Amelia Kern. Is that the name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted to talk to her. But seems like Bruni is our most experienced traveler, so he'd probably be best for planning out kind of a larger expedition. How Tharno has himself, and then he's got like a retinue, right? He's got some number of adventures with him. I mean, kind of pseudo bandits, but
yeah, you could probably bring a band of folk with them.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Combination porters, animal handlers, and in a pinch, can pull out a short sword.
Yeah. So Bruni will say, yeah, that with that in mind,
So he really says, how many men? I guess.
Say no more than a score.
Well,
perhaps.
Gwynnon wants to ask Bruni and Orodreth, as Gwyleth has not been able to leave the town here, and Maloric is very used to traveling and wishes to show his gratitude. Perhaps they and Alice should go with us. Alice could sing songs to inspire and perhaps maybe even draft a new one. Obviously, we would have to ask her if she wishes to go. If she does not, then I need to find a place for her to stay.
Yeah, I think it seems to me that there's nothing wrong with bringing Alice along. That could be good. I mean, it's not right. We'll be in the wilderness, so where's she going to run off to? And also, like, how is she going to make contact with the bad
run off
guys?
And run into orcs.
Yeah. What's she going to do to make trouble other than just being a little unhelpful sometimes at most? So yeah, it seems like bringing her along with us is a good plan. And I guess Maloric, if he wants to come, he can. And if not, I'm sure he's also doing useful stuff here. So
I will inquire with them then.
So he says, a score. I do not know if I can take 20 of my father's men, but I know I can find 5 handpicked, sturdy gents and a lady who would be able to they won't run at the first sight of an orc, let's just say. or done lending.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good enough. As long as they can, the real, there might be fighting, but often on these type of expeditions, the difficulty is as much, the wear and tear of travel as anything
Yes,
else.
yes. Well, they have
So-
patrolled with me in and about, and I trust them.
Excellent. Well, if they're
And they
fit
won't.
to go,
They won't tell that merchant, so he can get his cut. I know that.
yes.
So if you have any more folk, your warband here, and I think that should be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well,
Yeah,
Gwennon needs
15
to
people or so.
Gwennon needs to inquire with Gwyleth and Maloric and Alice if they wish to go.
Well, Alice probably doesn't have a choice. Alice is like, what? Well, Alice doesn't know the plan yet, but
Yeah, but yeah. So Bruni will say, yeah. So we'll just need, a couple of ponies if we can get them enough to
No
carry
problem.
our supplies, and otherwise, sounds like we're about ready. Let's and
so 3 days to gather everything. And how
Yeah,
long
however
should we
long you need.
provision?
I think we're pretty much we only really need essentially overnight, and could be ready to go. But however long your people need, don't worry about.
Overnight then.
All right, overnight.
Up.
Let's Bruni will suggest that he and Tharnau could go to like the market or wherever and start picking out ponies.
Okay. Yeah, you could take Howard too. That's right. That's another one. Bring him up. Well, yeah. So yeah, Howard can help you guys find some good horse or get some good ponies.
I don't know if Gwyleth wants to go. I'm sure Malak probably will, because he's been stuck in a tree in captivity for quite some time, and he's probably anxious to adventure. But Gwyleth might be too, because she was making that comment that she's been stuck here, type of thing.
Yeah, I think they won't take much persuading from Gwennon to have them go. Plus, they want to keep an eye on Tharnau, and maybe we can. He's going to be his father's successor, so maybe we can influence him.
Yes, perhaps.
And Alice
But
like,
there's one thing Gwennon wants to do while we're doing all of this. She wants to go back over to the village and see if the Black Numenorians that were there have left, or what's going on with them.
Like, go visit them or sneak over there and see if they're still there.
Well, Myrtle can sneak over and see, but Gwennon is very anxious to find out. See, I pretty certain.
Yeah, that's Wolfan and his crew.
Yeah.
The merchants that Tharnau was talking about.
So you want Myrtle to go check it, spy, or?
Well, Gwennon has an extremely good stealth. I'm trying to see whose is better. So Myrtle's is favored and a 4. And Gwennon is favored and a 3. So, but she has her hunting knife and she has the map. So I think it's not explore. So maybe Myrtle is the best one to sneak over there and kind of listen in on to what they're doing. And obviously, if she sees anything of note that needs to be seen by the others, her little slippery fingers will attempt to take it.
Yeah. Alice. Well, what's the plan? I guess, are you guys going to get together and discuss the plan? Like, what's the route?
Yeah, I think so. So Bruni will suggest that he spend the day with Tharnau.
Okay.
And prep our gear to make sure, because he doesn't know. Seems like Tharnau is a little excitable but not as experienced, and so want to make sure that all of our gear is in good shape and we've got a route planned and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. And then Gwennon's Gwennon is gonna make sure Myrtle doesn't get into trouble.
Well, Gwennon's going to follow behind her, but Myrtle's going to actually sneak in and see if she can't hear what they're saying.
Okay. And then,
Gwennon has a very sinking suspicion that they were using Tharnau, and that maybe if word gets to them that we're leaving now, that they'll make preparations to follow us with evil intent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out what their motives are, and Myrtle has a really good sneak. Gwennon has a pretty good sneak too, but...
Okay. And then what's Oradreth going to do?
There was a suggestion to go meet with Amelia Kern.
Oh, okay.
And Oradreth has not quite as much lore as Bruni, but pretty good lore.
Okay.
And so he was saying, well, I could go help with that. Make sure that we're not. She's the collector of relics in Tharbad.
Do you need
Yes.
Gwyleth? Do you need Gwyleth or Maloric to go with you, Oradreth?
Or Alice?
If they want to, I don't think need, but it seems like if we're maybe bring along at least. So are Maloric and Gwyleth both coming? Is that the plan?
On the expedition, yes.
Yeah. So let's have all three of these guys go with Oradreth to meet with Amelia Kern. That'll also give Oradreth a chance to kind of get a little more used to them, right? Since we're going to be traveling together.
So you need a
These
stealth
guys are
roll.
gathering supplies.
You need a stealth roll.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this first,
Okay.
and then this. And back to the shopping, but because I won't. All right, so yeah, stealth roll for Gwennon and or maybe just Myrtle. Gwennon only we won't need it unless there's like a fallback position, but because you can. I mean, it's so brilliant that you guys are experts. It's not gonna.
I think she gets.
She gets a bonus dice for being a burglar too, or something like that.
Right. She has the handy haversack, but she gets when she does things that are burglarish, she gets +1 from her burglar's tools, +1 from magic lock. Well, no, +2 from magic lock key, +1 from burglar tools, so +3 altogether. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here it goes.
Yeah.
Extraordinary 2 success. And then, do you need a roll from Gwennon to follow along with her?
No.
If she's stealthing with her, does she need to roll?
No, not at this time. I mean, only if there's like a conflict or like if it's like say like if Berla gets into trouble and she needs to fall back, then we'll roll to see if Gwennon is in an ambush position. That's about right. But just walking through the ruins is not an issue.
Right. Well, I mean, Gwennon is gonna hang out kind of close enough to kind of see what's going on, but not go into the area. But Myrtle is going in.
Okay. What are you trying to? So there's probably like a camp of about a dozen or so folks.
She wants to listen in on things to see if she hears any plans from them. She wants to look for any of their maps, because if there's any maps there, Myrtle wants to take them. Any intel to see kind of what their actual plan was, what they really were trying to do with Tharnau, because she doesn't believe that they were in it for good reasons. Neither Gwyneth nor Myrtle do.
Right. So they are kind of the general gist you get is they're getting kind of bored and they're complaining, and a lot of them are saying we should go on our own, and then the talk, and you probably hear Wolfan because you've met him. Wolfan is like, yes, but we want to be able to influence and gain a foothold here. That is what that is our ultimate purpose. And then some of them are not. They're not all like from the south, right? There's some that are local recruits, and they're like a motley crew of some locals and maybe even some lendings, and then they basically like bandits in a way. Not all of them are. Maybe about I'll say like 4 of them look like they're from, like in Myrtle's opinion, look like they're from the south, right? That they're either from Gondor or Umbar or whatever. The other ones are just like locals, and there's a couple of Dunlendings as well. Maybe they're using the scouts in the area.
Does she see any maps or anything along that line?
Well, yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But I was just kind of describing, like, so Woltan is like trying to persuade these guys, but there's definitely like there's an antsiness and a disquiet, like they're not, they really want to get going. And then even one of the Dunlendings even says, well, we could just go on our own, or even just cause some trouble and create some havoc, do some general banditry, and then that will force the sun's hand, something like that. So all right, so you could do, I guess is it explore or that other skill to like search for stuff?
Well, I mean, that's her banditry stuff, so she still gets +3. I think it says CRA, craft.
No, I think it's explore. Explore to find
okay.
To find the maps, right?
All right.
I think scan is used.
Scan.
Okay.
Scan. She doesn't have a very good scan, so.
Well, she's burglaring, so she can get a bonus dice.
Okay, so she gets hers from that?
Yeah.
Okay. She failed.
Oh.
So she'll use a hope to try and at least make it a success.
Yeah, it's not an auto failure. No.
So that should make it a success. There's still the eye, but...
Yeah, you still get the eye?
Yeah. But that makes it a 15, and my target number was 14, so at least makes it a success.
So you're able to find them, but I should... Right.
So what did I use the 2 extra successes from the stealth for then?
Just to get that information. I guess we could... Well, I'm not going to have you roll stealth again. You don't really need to. So if you want it, so I guess you make a little bit too much noise when you scan, or maybe I'll do this. Maybe like some sort of you see some like a crow, like you startle a crow or something, and it kind of caws and takes off, and that. You can grab what you want to grab and then get out of there if you wanted to. You don't have to roll stealth again. Or you can see if they respond to the disturbance, because it's likely they will. But
with 2 extraordinary successes, they'll respond to her grabbing a map when they're looking at a crow?
They won't see her. They'll respond to the crow, but they still won't see you. You can. So I'm saying basically you can get a free like GTFO if you wanted to.
Well, she wants to take the maps, any journals, anything she sees that.
Yeah, you could just grab a handful of paper goods.
She's going to take that and any weapons she sees right there that.
Well, I wouldn't.
Well, anything that's on the table, she's going to take.
Okay.
So if she sees maps and notes and journals and stuff like that, she's going to take it and throw it in her haversack and get over to Gwennon. And if possible, she wants to tell Gwennon about the Dunlendians that are helping.
Okay.
Because she thinks all Dunlendians usually are good, but these are bad Dunlendians.
Well, so so soon after, I guess, since Myrtle did grab a handful of stuff, and they kind of look around, an alert goes up, and so have Gwennon make a stealth check to see if they can get out of, if they want to extricate themselves or whatever. Or, I mean, just make a stealth. If you want to, you'll have the choice either to try to ambush them or to just get out of there.
Well, she's going to use a hope because she would like the extra die.
Okay.
But I forgot to ask you if any of the distinctive features that Myrtle has would have gotten her more. But does Shadow, Lore, True-Hearted, or Bold give her an extra 1 as well?
For Gwennon?
Well, yeah.
Not in this case.
Still got a great success, though.
Even though you rolled a 1. Oh, because you're favored. Oh, okay. Wow. Man, the eye's trying to get you. Look at that. All right. Nice. Good roll. Okay. Yeah, you guys can get out of there, or if you want to ambush some of these guys, you could.
I think both of the Dunlendians to Myrtle felt like they wanted to adventure, right? And were not good.
Well, they wanted to cause trouble. The Dunlendings are, they're like those, those people that kept attacking Rohan.
Right.
Yeah.
So they want to get back and meet up, and she wants to let the captain of the guard know that there's 2 Dunlendians in Wolfen's group that basically express that they wish to cause trouble in the city. So best to keep them under guard if available.
Okay. We can get to that.
And then they'll
yeah,
come.
you can, yeah, we can get to that. So you guys get back to over there. Okay. Cool. All right. So we'll go to Oradreth.
Yeah.
And you meet with Amelia Karn. Yep. So I Okay. Yeah. So what's the approach here, Oradreth?
I think we just want to ask about right, she's the whatchamacallit, collector of relics. So I think we just want to ask about Moria stuff, basically, right? If she knows, like, it seems like if she has information about, like, particularly things we should look for, would be a thing that she might know about. Or if she has, just generally, I think information about, like, things we should look for on the expedition.
Okay.
It's the general gist.
She says you have the captain's permission to come here.
Yeah, we were recommended to come take advantage of your expertise.
I see. Well, they're not professional thieves, they're just violent bandits.
Yeah, I kind of got that sense.
And the captain covets my treasures.
Kind of got that sense too.
And I, so give me either as an introduction, a courtesy roll, or an awe.
My courtesy is not very good. So my riddle is also not very good. So I guess it's going to be awe.
Okay.
Well, couldn't Alice help if she's there?
She could give you a bonus dice to courtesy.
Yeah, my awe is still going to be better. So let me do big awe roll. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Okay. So in this, so that gives you an extra on the time limit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, +1 chance.
See, okay. Well, she's going to be reluctant because she's kind of, if you're working with the captain or for the captain, or even the son, if
Mhm.
you're honest about it, she's going to be reluctant. But so you can, like, let me know what is the. You just want her to see if she knows any more lore about Moria and the like, right?
Yeah, basically we just want if she has information about I mean things we ought to look for or be aware of or whatever else. Anything that she might know about Moria. And Ordreth does not have a lot of good talkie rolls, but
I mean, you'll get bonus dice for Alice and stuff to do stuff.
let's I think Enhearten would be a good thing for this. I know she's a little reluctant, so
Yeah.
or just trying to kind of warm her up and be like, look, we're our mission essentially is to go in and try to bring back some of the treasure of the dwarves to help the free peoples of today, right? It's not doing anybody any good for the various wonders of the craftsmanship of the dwarves to lie around in Moria as
Well,
they are.
she counters with, well, if you want some information, it will cost you. And if you're planning to go to Moria, while my bones are old, I do have knowledge, and I would just ask for uh, a small percentage of any profits.
Percentage of profits. Well, we could probably work something of that out. All right, you want me to roll Enhearten?
Yeah, and Harden, and then you can counter her reluctance with
All
if you
right,
agree to give her a percentage,
cool.
and you get a bonus dice from Alice.
Yeah, let's. I'll agree. Orjeth's fine agreeing with. We'll give her. I guess he'll say, I can't negotiate for everyone, but I can agree that in exchange for information, um, we're willing to pay for it from whatever we recover from Moria, right? That he's wants to be clear that he can't say like, hey, you get like 25% just by himself negotiating, but that he is willing to.
Well, just a view of the riches a view of the riches that you return with, and then maybe we will negotiate thereafter for the
Yeah,
treasure or any choice pieces to add to my collection.
that sounds perfectly fair. Great success. Look at that. Or just so inspiring.
That's great. Okay.
All right, and then I think I don't know, probably like song or lore would be the next thing to do.
Oh yeah, so definitely a bonus dice from Alice with that because you get lute accompaniment.
Yeah, let's do a song roll, and I'm trying to talk through, and that's partly kind of sharing information, right? To say like,
Yeah.
well, these are some of the things that we know about from all these old songs, with a lute accompaniment from Alice. Oh no! I guess
Use a hope because it's not.
I will. Yeah, use a hope for at least a 1 on a 1d6.
Yeah.
But there is a 6 in the original pool.
Oh yes,
so that's actually a great. Yeah.
Great success. Now give me an awareness roll though.
My awareness is pretty good. Here we are with my great success on awareness.
You spot another crow.
Very strange.
and it watches you. It kind of it's kind of looking in the window, and then you spot it, and when, as soon as you see it, it flies away, or it makes to fly away. That's a great success. You can act upon that.
I don't know. I don't want to just shoot a bird. That seems kind of foolish, but I think I'll do the international hand signal for looks like we might be being watched to Gwyleth and Malric. And maybe I'll kind of gesture, do the kind of head nod like, hey, maybe you guys should check around while I finish talking with Amelia Kern. Look, trying to get them to like look around outside and make sure there's not a more prominent voyeur trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Well, she kind of she tells you she'll give you some information then. Well, the easiest way into Moria, of course, is the west door, but it might not exist anymore. Most likely, it was buried under stone long ago when the dwarves turned their faces from Eriador. However, what people do not know is that there is a campsite there, a fortified campsite on the banks of the Siranon right now. There is a dwarf who I've spoken with, Hornbury Whitebeard. He's a scholar and a trader. He has a camp there. He may be there. He studies Moria and is now piecing together what he can. So what I might not be able to give you, he knows. He also trades in relics recovered as well. And he might already know, or he has mentioned that he has had dealings with the son, Tharnell, already, but I guess that relationship is, he was reluctant to explain it, let's just say. So I don't know what is going on there. So.
What's the name again?
Hornbury Whitebeard.
Hornbury Whitebeard.
Yes, he is. He won't be alone. He may have some of his kinsmen with him.
Well, that's certainly useful information. And Orodreth will say, well, thank you for
the camp. The camp is at the foot of the stairs. The falls there, the stair falls. And let's see. She says, I've also heard that men dwell in the hills north of Dimrildale in small numbers. They're unfriendly and unwelcoming, but they are remnants of the folk from the north that once dwelled in those valleys and were allies of the dwarves. Roll me 2d6.
Yeah. 3.
I can't quite recall the name of the tribe, unfortunately. But I know that there are men that supposedly live there in those hills.
Okay.
And let's see, where's the other thing? She goes, there's also, I heard, the tower on the peak of the Silvertine. It is obviously a very dangerous ascent, but I've heard that that is a way into the upper levels of the ruin. I mean, just obviously beware of orcs and other things that live on the mountains, spirits of the dead, of the ancient of dwarves, maybe I've heard.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, well, good luck. I hope you find something.
Yes,
I would like to add to my collection.
I'm sure we'll.
When are you leaving?
Right away, basically. We're planning on heading out in the morning.
Huh. Well, I will have to draw up a contract and talk to your companions here and have you sign it before you go for my percentage or my what is it, my ability, my permission to look at the spoils when we return.
She's into all this old stuff. I'm wondering because we've got some recent treasure. I'm wondering if she'd want to look at like any of the because we got some treasure from Aaron Vorn, right? That was probably old shit. If she wants to look at any of like if there's like Arnorian coins and stuff that she might be interested in. I figure Orodreth would offer to let her take a look at that.
Oh, you have already gone on expeditions, I see, into ancient Eriador, ancient Arnor.
Yeah, couple of different places that we've gone to. Anyway,
I see. Well, I will have to. If you are leaving tomorrow, well, I guess we cannot have a dinner party to discuss all this, or to so you can regale me with the tales of your companions, you and your companions, your fellowship.
yeah, I think dinner parties are not going to be really on the table, given that we need to prepare. But
I will take this as a down payment.
Sure, yeah, I'll give her the 5 treasure that we got from Aaron Vorn as a holding.
Mm-hmm. And a promise of a dinner party.
And the promise of a dinner party once we come back, yes.
Let's have so roll me a d12, 2d6, and or a d12 and 3d6. Oh,
look at that.
That's like Gandalf, right?
Yeah, 12. Yeah, 11 is I, 12 is Gandalf.
All right. Interesting. So Malric and Gwyleth come back, and they have someone in tow
Mm.
with them.
I guess the question is, who do they have in tow?
They have like an old man in tow. They said this man looked like he was talking to the crow and was watching outside the grounds of the house.
Mm.
I am but an old man. I was just minding my own business, gathering herbs that had planted among on the outside of this wonderful lady's domicile. I do not talk to crows, as these bandits claim. He says.
Okay, Orgith will say, well, you've been gathering herbs. I could always use a chance to refill my stash. I'm something of a healer and
Oh,
always find it
you know
useful.
the arts of Imaldris, maybe.
Mm.
I am Janos. He bows.
What sort of herbs have you gathered?
He kind of shows you some, some just like some things that you can make for a poultice
Mm-hmm.
type of thing that he has, like a poultice for like against infection or something like that. Some stuff you could make tea for an analgesic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well,
He goes, you are famous. I know you.
oh,
You and your war band have been making a stir up and down the Grey Flood and 2 points west.
now where'd you hear about that?
Well, as a healer, I make lots of sales and do a lot of talking to people in the markets.
Talking to people in the markets. Anybody interesting come through recently?
And not particularly, but now I'm interested.
Mm. All right. I think I don't know, probably like an insight is the thing to do.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was
you
thinking
get a
about
bonus dice too with this.
yeah. Yeah, let me do all right. So I also have keen-eyed and subtle as distinctive features, and I don't know if those would help.
Yeah.
All right, let me do insight with 2. Let's see. Terrible. I guess I'll use a hope
Dang. Okay.
for potentially, as long as I get a 3. A 4. Nice. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely more than he seems.
Yep. All right. I think so. Orodreth.
Alice probably says, I don't trust him.
Yeah. Not sure. Trust him either. Why don't So Orodreth will kind of stands up to his full height, and you see his elven surcoat over mail and all that sort of stuff, and he says, perhaps, I'm sure that the leadership of this town, Captain Gurno and Lady Stock, would be interested in talking to anyone who's consorting with the crows. It'd be much easier for you if you admit it to us here than we get them involved. I'm trying to do awe to intimidate him, basically.
Okay. Go for it.
Awe. Yeah. There we go.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, if you want to take him with you, he will follow. With his hands tremble.
Yeah, I'll say, if you want to talk to us.
A flicker of uncertainty in his deceitful demeanor.
Yep. So I'll say, if you want to talk to us now about what you've been doing, welcome to negotiate. But otherwise, I think the authorities in town will very quickly figure out what's going on.
Well, it is. Perhaps I would rather talk to you and your companions than the brutal Captain Gurnow. He says,
is that so?
My master is interested in what you have done, he says.
And would your master be the merchant Wolthan, perhaps?
He laughs.
Oh. Somebody higher up the chain of command?
Oh, yes. Much higher. I feel like I should talk to all of your companions now that you have rooted me out.
I think that makes sense. Why don't we all have a chat together? And Orodreth will say, let's all head back to the tavern. We can go back to our room and await them for a little bit.
All right. So I guess for Bruni, and then after this, we'll just take a break. Bruni, just do a travel roll, and any successes you get to be bonus dice on the travel.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we can you get a bonus dice on the travel roll too, because you got a horse master there and people helping you.
Nice.
Oh,
look at that.
You got 2 bonus dice to use.
Wouldn't that be 3 base success plus 2 levels? For extraordinary.
Yeah, 3 bonus dice to travel. All right. So you guys all reconvene, and you can study all the stuff that Myrtle found too, which would be very helpful. But let's take a 5-minute break.
Myrtle only steals for good. She doesn't steal for bad.
Yeah.
But stealing is stealing.
Yeah, you didn't use magic, did you, Ordra?
No, I just used my natural intimidation.
Yeah, just reminding you that the eye is...
Yeah, the eye is close, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
The eye is always close.
The eye is always watching.
Seems that way.
Well, our base eye level now is so high because we have so many treasures.
Yeah, you have a lot of treasures and stuff.
But, I guess we could turn some in if we wanted to.
You've done stuff. You kind of defeated, a major henchman of Sauron's, actually, right? So
yeah.
You're on the radar.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Paused.
Okay. So everyone's back together at the Bridge Inn.
Yep. Myrtle is going to put all the papers she found and stuff out on the table, but she's going to look around first and make sure she's only doing it with Bruni, Orodreth, Gwennon, Myrtle, because she doesn't know who to trust with it. And she doesn't know if she should go give it back, but she doesn't think so.
Okay.
Just her opinion.
So, yeah. So is that you're not going to have the rest of the group and Tharnow and his people there yet?
When Myrtle puts the papers down, no, she stole those, so she doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't know who to trust, so she trusts her little group, but she's just waiting.
Okay. All right. So it definitely has like maps of Eriador. It does have like stars, or not stars, but points of note. So the ruin of Ost in Edel, on the Glanduin there. It just kind of has a couple places with a question mark on it. So it's kind of a map of, basically Endawaith, a region, Holland area, and further north along the Misty Mountains. So it does have a few places, notably the Angle, and the area around the Trollshaws, as Imaldris question mark. And then, although it does have like Imaldris where Lorien is too, it's just like Lorien Imaldris question mark, on the other side. Let's see. The journal notes. Yeah, these guys are effectively like Black Numenorian spies. I mean, kind of highlights that. And what they're trying to do is, one, find Imaldris, and also map a way both across the Misty Mountains and up along the western side.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they have like in the far north of the Misty Mountains, at the very edge, it says Angmar, and then Carn Dune question mark, in that area. So I guess I should probably let's show people this map better. So it's like a map. A map is like of all this area here, and along all the way up the mountains, and then it has like here, or places that Rivendell could be, like here, 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 and then it highlights this area here as well. That's old Eregion, Austin. How do you pronounce that?
Austin Edhill.
Austin Edhill, yeah. That's right. That was old Celebrimbor's place, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess would have known. Yeah, so this says that they have it lists like a correspondence through other spies in their network in Londar and in Bree. You guys are mentioned in there.
We're mentioned in there.
Your group is mentioned in there, yeah. As troublemakers.
Should be concerned about this.
And then it says, let's see. It says that they're supposed to meet the black ship at the end of the fall season before they return back to Umbar before the storms hit, the winter storms hit. And there are some notes from. It's like they have like a set of orders. He's chasing his tail. So, our cat. Have you ever seen a cat chase its tail?
Ours does
I don't
it.
think I have.
Ours
Yeah,
does it. Preacher's special.
It says, and it's signed Zoriel is the person giving the orders. This person, Zoriel.
Do have Zoriel. I've got notes about her.
And it says, the orders are to find where Imaldris map a path along the western edge of the Misty Mountains.
So do you guys think Gwennon should have Myrtle put the papers she took back?
Oh, Johann Fleet is mentioned in there. Person of interest. Oh, Alice is mentioned in there, but not by name, but you can figure out.
What do they say about Alice?
They have a spy in the court of Londair, a troubadour, but more mercenary. Have to watch her. Expendable.
But they were even suspicious of her?
Yeah.
Then maybe taking her might not be a good idea. I don't know.
And also like they're mapping up and trying to get a journey to Angmar for the sorceress or Septon. And but I mean, they're just orders, so who knows why? But they're not in the know as to why, right? They just like do this, do that.
Yeah.
If you fail, remember you will taste Magolok.
Yep.
And feel my fury. Someone can make a lore check on Magolok.
We've already got some.
You got some information on that?
Magulok. Zoriel claims it was given to her by one of the 9, not actually forged in Minas Morgul, probably forged in Mount Doom itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they're supposed to meet someone named.
She failed anyway.
Yeah. Also. Make sure that you start negotiations with the orcs in Moria. We will send Lug at some point. So they're supposed to liaison somehow with the orcs of Moria.
Okay.
And it says something. Let's see. There's something on the orcs of Moria that might be interesting. So it seems that there are multiple tribes or factions there. There's the ones that live there, the orcs of Moria. It says that you do learn that there's actually, this is actually pretty interesting, that representatives from the tribes of Mordor have been sent there, and that's who Luke is supposed to liaison with at some point.
Okay.
There's also the Orcs of the Deeps. That, let's see, I think everything about those. Oh, the Orcs of the Deeps who worship it, but they don't name it. Could be, brought over to our side as well.
Hmm.
So the Orcs of Moor are the ones that were there at during the Dwarven Wars recently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Orcs of Mordor must be a new group in there trying to liaison with those orcs, and then the other ones are, who knows, the natives that worship it,
Mm-hmm.
that which is unnamed. Yeah. And then you get some books that are like accountings and stuff like that. So it definitely, Jacob Fleet is on the payroll. Tharnow is on the payroll.
So if Tharnow is on the payroll, then is it safe for us to be adventuring with him?
Bruni's kind of convinced that he's brought him over to.
Yeah, I think seems like what was going on is that they were working on Wolthan was working on Tharnow as a local agent, right? The merchant, and so if he really is willing to, leave without telling him and all that sort of stuff, that it seems like Tharnow may be sort of like Alice or Johann Fleet, kind of a less evil and more a little bit corrupt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But potentially able to be used for our purposes instead.
Okay.
And there's also a group in Bree
Mm-hmm.
that are.
Would Myrtle know these ones that are in Bree? Because she hung out there for quite some time.
Yeah.
Yes, she would know them.
Oh yeah, one guy you've taken out.
Oh, we've taken him out already?
Sabian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they mentioned Sabian and Bree, and then that he's like working to with others there, trying to set up a watch post to then have like expeditions out into the Anuminas, Anuminas region and Fornost and all that. Again, searching the idea to search for ancient relics of Angmar. So,
all of the Central Arthedain stuff, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have a plan. But right now it's like in its sort of infancy.
Well, Myrtle wants to ask Orodreth and Gwennon if we should tell Lady Stark and her husband, but mostly Lady Stark, that her son is on basically the payroll of the Black Numenorians. That we have proof of that, or do you think she would say something to him or stop the expedition?
I don't think we need to make too much of a fuss about it. Bruni's suggestion is that it seems like he's, like I said, kind of doing a similar thing to what like Fleet and Alice were doing, that they're working for the bad guys, but it's not really evil. They're just kind of, manipulated. And that especially once we get him away from the merchant and are traveling with him, seems unlikely that he's going to like deliberately try to betray us or anything. And while he is separated, obviously he's not being influenced by the merchant.
Okay. Would it be worthwhile to question Alice as to what her intentions were? Because maybe we could use her as a way to keep track of the Wolfang group, or do you think not do that? I guess I could say I'm asking if we should make her like a turncoat. She's supposed to be over here and she's supposed to be a spy in that court, but what if she's a spy for us in their group? Can she give us more information? Or she can feed rumors to them, and maybe we can trap the Black Numenorians.
I guess I thought it seems like if we send her to the Wulthan and his agents here, that the likelihood of her staying loyal to us is not really guaranteed, right? That if we were worried about what she might know and find out, part of the point was to keep her with us for longer.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying let her go over there, but I would think she would send letters or something, kind of keeping up a ruse of I'm down here and this is what's going on type of thing.
Well, she told us about her setup was she was in Londaire and had prearranged meetings with her handler, right?
Yeah.
And she didn't have really any contact with the larger network, except just whoever was contacting her. So it
might have been that guy that Gwennon scared away because you didn't see him the last time you were in Londaire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We never figured out quite who it was, but she just had like planned rendezvous, right? She didn't have like a continual communication network or anything,
right?
So I don't think that. I think the thing to do is just what we've done, where we have Johann Fleet still there and looks like he's doing stuff, and anybody who isn't in the know would be like, oh, clearly everything is kind of as normal, basically.
Okay.
Oh, Sirzor is also mentioned in these notes.
Yeah.
The guy that you met at the White Towers. The guy that was unalived at the White Towers. Him and his band, right? To try to get access to the Palantir.
Yeah. Did they mention? Oh, I'm blanking on her name. Let me look for her name. Sauron's.
No, they don't mention Saruman's person.
Okay.
And,
well, I guess we just all need to get a good night's sleep.
They say that
we need to.
There's interestingly, no mention of the Shire. They say that the area of the dwarves is so far impenetrable, and much less the white, the gray havens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we've got all of this information from the papers, but we still have the guy who was spying on us to interrogate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jari the Wanderer is also mentioned in there.
And he's the one that we scared off?
No, that was that dwarf. I don't know if you scared
Yeah.
him off. So that the guy, I guess the person that Alice was supposed to liaison with, I'll just give him a name. I'll give him the name Balthazar.
Okay.
But you haven't met that person yet.
Okay.
But Gwennon thinks that might be the guy that she scared off the first time they were in Londare.
Balthasar?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So do we want to spend time finishing this, or what do you want to do? Because I think taking off on the expedition is probably,
For next time,
yeah, but
you can talk to this guy.
Yeah, let's do the interrogation of the guy who was watching the meeting with Amelia Kern, and then we can
okay.
start next time leaving Tharbad.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So you talk to him. He seems a little less. He still is a frail individual, but he seems a bit more confident. Maybe I don't know if confidence is the right word. Relieved, maybe is a better term for him.
Yeah, didn't want to be turned into the guards.
Yeah. But he says, I apologize, Oradreth. I guess what is Oradreth is a type of the Noldor, right? Is he Noldor?
Yeah, Noldor.
Because I apologize, Oradreth of the Noldor. I did give you a false name, but since you are here with your companions, I guess I will come clean. Oh, you're waiting for me to speak. I see. I am Arsenius. I am called the Healer. I am a friend of a friend's. I'm a friend. Oh, and she says, oh, and she looks at the Myrtle. Wilda sends her regards. Amy, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, just to remind you.
Arsenius the Healer.
Yeah.
Well.
That's Wilda. I will get a picture to you of Arsenius in the future. But
we're still. I mean, you have to understand. There's some concerns about information getting out. You know.
Oh, I do understand. I do understand. There is things are moving. Things are moving indeed. Your master, my master. I was a scholar once, and I did rise to the mastership in the houses of healing. But it has been a long time since I've looked upon Gondor. I do not even recall the precise color of the sun on the snow's top Mount Mindaloon. What I do know is the mind of my master. He is impressed with you and your band. And I guess he would like to know if you would want an upgrade.
And who exactly is it that you are representing?
He reaches deep into the folds of his robes, maybe a hidden pocket there, and he pulls out a letter. And I mean, I guess Oradreth would probably recognize it right away. Maybe Gwennon. It is the symbol of Saruman.
Mm-hmm. So back up a little bit and say, the eye.
No, it's not the eye. Not Sauron. Oh, the eye is our mutual enemy, my dear. Says Arsenius.
Well, I think
Gwennon
would be flashing back to when she was touching the stone and saw the eye, and I think she probably believes that she knows that they're not good people to her. Saruman.
Yep.
Not saying that out loud, but
so he does hand the letter to Gwennon, though.
She'll read it.
It says, she goes, dear fellowship, I do not know exactly what to call your fellowship yet, but I have learned from mutual acquaintances that spies of the enemy are abroad in Eriador, and that there is a need of stout and reliable agents of mine own. The years are quickening now, the pieces moving across the great chessboard of Middle-earth. I will ask them to be my hands, my eyes, and do work in the shadows that the hearts of lesser heroes would quail at. Victory over the enemy can only be won at a high price, and there can be no room for cowardice or hesitation.
I see.
I summon you to Isengard.
Well, yes, Oradreth will...
It was a test, you see, that if you would see me and my master's agents here in Tharbad or other places, and a couple of you actually did startle them. Sometimes birds are unreliable, I must say.
Yes.
Kind of laughs. He chuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
seems like would be worth at least seeing what Saruman has to say.
Yes.
Let's see. So you have an Oradreth or Oradreth. I'll have you make a awareness. You have the best awareness, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great success.
There is a hidden message there on this page. Maybe you hold it to the candle, the firelight, the candlelight, and you see like a hidden message.
Mm-hmm.
It says, you read it, I guess?
Sure, yeah.
It says, you must do as I command without question. I fear for you. Subtle and strange are the ways of wizards. I feel some might be compromised. And he actually, and I guess for the some, you can see like he has Gandalf's mark there.
Mm.
Okay.
Well,
Arsenius says, I await your... Oh, I guess I should say, I do hear you are traveling to Moria. My master's interests do lie in that foul place, that dark place as well. The Black Pit. There are secrets there that can help us against the enemy.
Very true. Well, I guess seems like what we want to tell this guy is that we're not going to head to Isengard right away, but that we're not opposed to meeting with Saruman. At least that's sort of Ordreth and Bruni's positions.
I don't think we're opposed to it.
Let us just say that you should be flattered that my master has taken an interest. He is the most powerful of these wizards on Middle Earth, after all. Like I said, it is an upgrade from your current patron, in my humble opinion.
Sure that, pass along.
Because truth be told, I have met this gray wizard, your Gandalf friend, Mithrandir, as the elves call him. That man smokes a lot of the leaf. His mind, I believe, has been addled over the years.
Well,
and take that from the expert words of a healer. It is bad for your headspace, this leaf.
I'm sure we can figure out some arrangement. So please, pass along to your master that next time we're in the neighborhood, we'll stop by.
He does narrow his eyes a little bit at that.
Yeah.
So I am free to go then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Says, well. Says, well, I hope your expedition brings many returns into Moria, and then you will see fit to visit Saruman and report what you have discovered. Remember, it is all about defeating the enemy.
Yeah.
Takes his leave. With the under the breath comment, Saruman is watching.
Yep.
Okay. I think this is a good place to stop.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So the usual 3 and 3, I believe, is adequate, and some really good stuff. Don't forget the bonuses for the travel.
Sounds good. And
Yeah.
we'll see.
And on exploring, because you have those maps.
So 3 and 3.
Yeah, three skill points, 3 adventure points.
Okay.
And you have, just make sure, like that map, those are an asset now. Maps of the Black Numenorians. I mean, they're going to be pissed, but I don't know how that's going to. I mean,
they don't know who took it, so
no, they don't know what happened to it, but they're still going to be pissed.
They can.
And I mean, I guess are we still recording?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can probably predict, like, if you guys take off, likely they're going to act and follow, right? Right, but and also they're influenced by the eye, so just keep that in mind, maybe from a meta or even and standpoint of the experience of your group, right? So they might be compelled by some dark winds to act at some point. So we'll see. But so far, it looks like the quick expedition is the way to go. They didn't seem to know about that. They're very frustrated. That was the word I was looking for, that Myrtle learned. They're very frustrated in the camp. And there is some dissension between the Black Numenorian agents and the bandits and the lendings even. So that could be exploited.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for running, and thanks for
And
playing.
thank you guys for playing. Yeah, it's good to get back into this.
Yeah.
And talk to you later.
Bye-bye.